Hey everyone. Don't know if anyone's watching or not because I have not clicked the right button, but we are live. We are streaming right now with it's me, it's Dio. We got Ben Soto with us tonight, and we're just going to be talking about all the stuff we talk about in these circles, comics primarily, movies, music, whatever comes up. And if you are out there watching and you're in the chat, go ahead and join the conversation. We would appreciate it. But we're going to go ahead and start right off the bat with the first usual question, which is Ben,
Yeah,
tell us your comic history.
my comic history.
How did you get into it? Where'd you start? What was the what was the catalyst?
Let's see. I think it started around second grade. I had a second grade teacher who had a rack of comic books in the back,
Hmm.
and whenever we would get done with our work early, she would let us go to the back and read comics if we wanted. I wasn't really into them during that time,
Mhm.
but just because there was nothing else to do, I had to go back there and I'd flip through the comic books, and they seemed kind of soap opera ish to me. Um,
Hmm.
so it wasn't like a lot of adult relationships going on. I think it was like Justice League International or something like that's what I was looking at, and it was something. It wasn't Justice League of America. It was something else. I don't remember
Yeah.
the title exactly, but
Hmm.
yeah, there was just a lot of adult kind of soap opera stuff kind of going on. I wasn't really into it. Um, but maybe about like a year later, I remember going to an HEB. My parents were shopping for groceries, and me and my brother would go check out like the magazines and stuff. And there was a GI Joe comic book there, and so I picked it up and asked my dad, "Can I take this?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." So I took it, and that became my very first comic book that I owned.
Which one? Which one was it?
It was a GI Joe comic. I don't
Okay.
know
Yeah.
the issue number, but yeah, it was
Yeah.
GI
Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah.
It seems to
Well,
be the trend, man.
like GI Joe comics, kind of
Yeah.
just being.
Oh,
Were
for
were were you
yeah.
into the cartoons
I
first?
was, yeah. I
Yeah.
loved the cartoons. I collected the toys. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was really into GI Joe.
Yeah, I have a heartbreak story. I think I told Dio at one point, but you know, loved GI Joes, loved GI Joes.
Yeah.
And me and my brother had a big case, like uh, what do they call chest, full of
Mm.
GI Joe toys. We didn't have like any of the cool big vehicles. Like the biggest thing we had was like the Snowcat,
Yeah. Okay.
but they were all jammed into this chest, and my folks were kind of into the satanic panic that was going on back in the
Yeah.
80s. And my dad read this book all about how Saturday morning cartoons were,
Was
destroying
it
your
was it Satan in the toy box or something like that?
it,
Or
it may have been, it
Oh
may have
wow.
been, but
I, I got hit with that too. But continue.
so one day he showed up at home and threw that whole chest of toys away. It just, bro, it's like, okay, sure. Even if the show was like, straight up satanic rituals, I'm not doing that. I'm not in the
Right.
backyard raising demons. I'm just shooting other guys, normal stuff.
Right. Right.
But yeah. And then speaking of teachers, cool. The only teachers I ever had interaction with comic books was the ones who took them from me.
Yeah. That sucks.
But what got you from the GI Joe first issue of GI Joe to wanting to make them?
So eventually, I came across Spider Man. Spider Man became my go-to like superhero. That became like my anchor to the rest of the comic book universe
Hell yeah.
because he was doing lots of crossovers with like Punisher and Moon Knight, Night Thrasher, all the new
Hmm.
Warrior characters, and that just opened me up to like the rest of the Marvel universe. And so, yeah, I just had a love for comic books ever since then,
Nice.
and that's really what got me started. And I started drawing my own characters. My little brother is like 7 years younger than me, and I used to tell him bedtime stories, and I used to come up with stories for these characters that I created. And yeah, and that's how I got started, really.
Nice. Just off subject completely. In case anyone's wondering, I am in my car, my wife's car, in the garage because the room I'm usually in is my stepson's room, who is back from the Navy. for a couple weeks.
Awesome.
So he's getting his orders for where he's going to be heading the next, for the remainder of his life. I don't know how the
Right.
military works. But so yeah, that's why I'm out here, which is fine. I was telling Dio, it's like the quietest place I could possibly. It's like
Yeah.
I'm in my own little studio. It's nice.
Right.
But
Awesome.
anyway,
just don't start the car. You don't want any fumes.
that's the sign off.
You're right.
Good night, everyone.
Just you pass out.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Dark but funny. That's awesome.
But so yeah, what I was caught up with you on a coloring stream just this week. So what do you got in the works right now?
So I got a cover from Oliver Sabidra recently. I don't know if you saw that. I posted it on Twitter, but so that's what I'm coloring up right now, and that's for a book that's going to come out this fall called Cephas issue number 1.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about a vampire who comes back for revenge. Like he's left out in the sun to die, and he survives it, and so his body's just scarred up, and he can't heal from that. Like that's something vampires, like if they don't die, they just can't heal from that. And so he comes back for revenge. So it's a revenge story.
Nice.
That's a pretty cool idea, actually. But you color as well as you draw, you write as well, you and your brother?
Yeah. So we both write, and we're both artists. My friend Mario is going to be drawing that book specifically, and so I'm coloring it.
Right, nice. I was looking at today. I was looking at your tricks and treats.
Yeah.
Is that your first stuff for crowdfunding? Your first books?
It is. Yeah. So we did tricks and treats. Like 1, 2, and 3 were just like single floppies. Like it was like 2 stories per issue when we first started back around 20. What year was it? 2017 maybe. 2016. Somewhere around there. And then I heard about crowdfunding. And I thought, well, that's really cool. And so my brother talked about it. And so for volume 1, what we did was we just took the 6 stories that we had already done and compiled it into like volume 1. And that became our first crowdfunded book.
Nice. How'd it do?
It did pretty good. We got our goal like in 24 hours, which was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty.
And so it was nice not to have that stress that people typically have. Like, am I going to hit my goal, for the next 60 days or whatever, however long, the campaign lasts. But that was also during a time when things were just popping off. So everything was exciting and fun and everybody was jumping in, and it was a little different now.
Yeah. Looks like
good book too, man, by the way.
What's that?
A great book. Beautiful book too. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You know it.
It's still available?
Not volume 1. That's sold out. Volume 2 is available. Right. That's on Fun My Comic.
I have to look into that one. Like a billion other ones. But
yeah.
Are you planning on making a volume 3 at some point?
We might. Right now, the focus is going to start to be on more character-driven stories, because with the anthologies, it's more about the event than it is about character building. It's more about what's happening in the story.
Yeah.
So it's more plot-driven than character-driven, and we want to jump into more character-driven stories going forward.
I wonder if maybe that's my forte. Is I should just write for anthologies, because I have a lot of good ideas for events.
Yeah. Okay.
Characters, I'm not sure yet. I got to work on it.
Right.
But what else? So you got Cephas. You got. I saw one other thing that I should. Let me check my little notes here. Where was it? Oh, The Frightening Adventures of Little Jack. What is that about?
2026. Excited about that one because my brother and I are still working on that. And I've got a cover from a Marvel artist.
Oh, nice.
Javier Saltares, who used to draw Ghost Rider. It got him to do a cover.
Nice. Is it what's the story you got going on there?
So it's about a kid who moves to the hometown that his mother's from, but she passed away recently. And so basically what's happening is a cult has taken over this town, and they're trying to resurrect the Headless Horseman because they want the hatchet. The hatchet has the ability to open portals. And so they want to open a portal into another dimension. And so back in the past, back in the 1700s, when the Headless Horseman first shows up, there's a little boy who's killed, and the apprentice of the magician who resurrected the Headless Horseman resurrects the spirit of the little boy. His name's Jack. And together they're able to bind the Headless Horseman and send him away. Well, this cult in present time re-resurrects him again, the Headless Horseman. And so when this young boy, his name's Jackson, in the current time, he's wounded by the Headless Horseman. His blood hits the ground and resurrects the ghost of Jack, the original Jack. And so they combine together. So that spirit and Jackson combine together to form Little Jack.
Nice.
And so he's like this supernaturally powered superhero.
But he's a kid.
Yeah, he's a kid.
Yeah, and that's always the kid dealing with bigger issues is always a cool storyline, like Shazam.
Yeah, definitely.
We on this, I don't know how many times if you've ever watched this before, but we just kind of wander around in our conversation.
Yeah.
So I want to get back to how old are you, and how did the satanic panic affect your life?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I am 45.
Okay. All right.
Okay. And
damn, dude, you look good.
Mm-hmm. I thought you were much younger.
I thought he was too, dude. I thought you were way younger.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Right up
thank
there
you. I
with
appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that. No, so the way the satanic panic got to me was I'd been collecting comic books for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So my brother and I had a pretty good collection, and we were collecting the toys. And I don't know what my mom watched on TBN or whatever. But one day she comes in and she's like, throw away all your comic books. They're all evil.
Damn.
So I took them outside, and I still remember to this day the pain. Like I was literally crying. I must have been like 12, 13 years old. I was crying in the backyard, like tossing my favorite comic books into this black trash bag. And I didn't want anybody else to have them, so I was tearing them up. And it was very scarring.
Yeah.
So fast forward to maybe like 3 years later, my mom was watching Oprah Winfrey, and I guess she had some comic book expert on there, right? I'm at school. I come home, and she's all excited, and she says, "Did you know comic books are worth money?" And I said, "Yeah."
Oh, man.
You've got a lot of them, right? And I was like, "No, Mom. You made me throw them all away, remember?"
Yeah.
She goes, "No, just the bad ones." I was like, "Nope, that's not what you said. You made me throw all of them away."
Oh, man. Bummer, dude.
Yeah. So then I was able to start buying them again, but not. I mean, there's no way. There's no going back and getting the ones that I used to have.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever think about that? Like later on, in life, just like about that scenario, or what she was thinking? You know what I mean? Just to
No.
see. No, never did. No, okay.
No, never did.
I bring it up to my dad all the time. Like,
That's awesome.
God bless them. They're trying their best, but like
they were.
Yeah,
they were working with the information they had.
Yeah,
exactly. My mom was showing me Friday the 13th at like 8 years old, and The Exorcist, and just took me to go see Night of the Living Dead. So I luckily didn't have that scenario, but I remember the Satanic Panic fondly, because I guess it didn't affect me the same way it did you guys. It's crazy, and so it feels like we're almost going to be going into that era of the Satanic Panic again. I feel like that's something that's going to be coming around, because I see a lot of chatter about everything satanic and this and that. So it feels like the pendulum has swung from one direction from 10 years ago all the way to the other side. So it's sort of funny to see that happen again in while we're in our 40s. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, definitely.
and the you know mistrust of, like I said, they were trying their best.
Yeah, of
Right.
course.
Like
Yeah.
the mistrust in their own parenting skills, that to not say, "Oh, we taught our kids well enough," to
Mhm.
not be like, "Hey, let's be Satanists." Let, you know, hey,
Right.
I've got the Smurfs, and I hear Gargamel does real satanic
Right.
spells. Let's
Yeah.
do that. No, we're not.
Yeah.
we're
Right.
just we're just kids. We're just playing with toys. But
Yeah.
and you know, and I my first wife, she kind of leaned into that too a little bit. There was a period of time where she was very uh didn't want our kids watching certain things, and and I'm like, it's they're we taught them better than that. They're not stupid.
Right. Yeah.
Harry Potter,
Yeah.
that
Gotcha.
was the
Oh.
one. That was the one.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I got her to kind of bend a little with Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Yeah.
There's plenty of magic going on in there. It's
Right.
and so yeah. So my kids got to have a little bit more cool stuff in their youth. And I mean, I had really cool stuff though. It, it
Right.
was it was just there were ups and downs. There were ups and downs.
Yeah.
Did you have those ups and downs? Like, were there times where it's like, yeah, we're watching MTV?
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. Definitely. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, and we had there are times where we're in the movie theater watching Splash or whatever, whatever was there, and PG movies were very different than
Right.
they are nowadays. And uh I don't let my I didn't let my kids watch some of the movies I watched when I was a kid, until they were older.
Right.
But
You know what's funny is that I was really into He-Man before like GI Joe or anything,
oh yeah.
and I thought if anything was gonna spook them, it would have been like Castle Grayskull, Skeletor, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. The sorceress,
Right.
scantily clad dude running
Right.
around with his fur briefs on. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I loved
Yeah.
He-Man as well, man. That's a trip. Yeah, that's so. Yeah, Skeletor for sure would have been like, oh my god, turn this off.
Yeah.
Not GI Joe.
Right. Yeah.
Awesome.
When He-Man was never really like a thing for me. Like I
Mhm.
had a few of the toys. My favorite, just all-time favorite was the Skunkor, probably was his name.
Yeah.
I loved the way he smelled. uh, I would just like sniff him. Yes.
Yeah.
But
Let me ask you this now: do you smoke pot?
uh,
That's
Did you?
hilarious, dude.
Right.
um
Like there's something familiar about this. I don't know.
yeah.
It's like childhood.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know why. It just reminds me of when I was a kid, man. But yeah, no, the He-Man was never like my thing. But and then when I got a little older, I'm like, I never watched He-Man. Let's check it out. And so I started watching the He-Man She-Ra movie, which I did
Ah,
see in theaters when I was a kid. I just didn't remember it.
Oh
okay.
wow.
And I kind of lost interest when He-Man Prince Adam gets to that land and ends up riding on. I don't know if you guys have seen this clip for a while, riding on the back of an animal behind another guy, and it's an extended period of them just kind of
Galloping.
yeah. And I was like, oh, this is yeah, I could see my dad seeing that and having a problem.
Right. Yeah.
Being Greek,
But
that would have sold me. That's my people.
That resonates. Yeah.
Yes, for sure, for sure. It's hilarious, man.
That's awesome.
but did you guys see the uh He-Man movie, the Masters of the Universe movie news?
Yeah, it looks. Look, I have faith in that director. I'm not like He-Man. Take it or leave it. It was
Mhm.
great as a kid. I had the toys and all that stuff. But I couldn't really care less if they're making a movie, but I'm interested because of the director, the guy who did Kubo and the Two Strings and Bumblebee, which I thought Bumblebee was awesome. So
Bumblebee
yeah,
was good. Yeah.
yeah, dude, it was the only Transformer movie that I really thoroughly enjoyed all the way through. That felt like a Transformers movie. So yeah, the He-Man movie I'm actually interested in, man. Even though it takes place on Earth, I saw the original He-Man movie in the theater.
Mhm.
It bummed me out that it took place on Earth, but I still love it. Not love it where I'm watching every year, but I'll check it out, put it on in the background while I'm drawing, that type of thing.
Right.
But this one looks like it could be good, man. I mean, I have faith in that director and writer. So yeah, it looks pretty cool.
I
I love the
hate.
costumes.
Oh yeah,
Like on the old like He-Man movie.
Oh, the old
oh
one.
yeah, dude,
Yeah.
great. Frank Langella as
Yeah.
who was one of my
Skeletor.
favorite. Yeah, he was one of my favorite
Yeah.
Draculas as a kid. I didn't really even know it was him as Skeletor. And even Dolph Lundgren looked great. And look, it
Yeah.
takes Earth, but it's still a fun flick, dude. It's still a fun little big budget movie for
Yeah.
what was a dumb toy. You know what I mean, for us
Right.
kids. So seeing that in the theater for me, I still enjoyed the heck out of it. So yeah, costumes were great, dude.
Yeah.
That is one I did see, but it was like when it came out. I don't remember it like at
Yeah.
all. We when I lived down in Arizona, Mesa, Arizona, they had a the 2 for movie cheap theater, and just to
Mm.
escape the heat, we'd go and just watch whatever was there. I watched Clue. All was it 5 endings?
Oh,
To Clue?
I've
I
never
don't
seen
know.
Clue.
I think there's 5 endings to Clue,
Wow.
and you had to when it first came out, it was like they released the different ending every couple weeks to get
Oh
people to
wow.
go back and see the endings. So I saw all those endings. It was purely just to escape the heat, and
Right.
that was one of them I saw down there. But yeah, I don't remember it. I mean,
Oh.
I see the clips and stuff, but oh, what was I going to ask before? Uh, dang it, I
He-Man movie
lost
news.
it. Yes, it was related to the He-Man movie that was coming out. Oh no, I lost it.
There was news that was coming out about it. They just showed something on the picture of him with his costume and stuff.
Oh, is there a
Was it?
picture of him in costume?
Yeah, I mean it's not a full body shot.
Okay.
Him holding the power sword, which looks like the sword from the cartoon, and the dude joked.
Nice.
And he's he looks like, from what I can see from the picture, he looks like He-Man. And then there was another picture they showed because it takes place on Earth as well for, I guess, a portion of the movie.
Yeah.
And it shows him in a pink shirt, so he looks like Prince Adam.
That's
It's
the one I've seen. Yeah. I've seen
yeah,
that picture.
exactly. So there's that, and then there's the other one that has a close-up shot of the sword, him holding the sword of power, and
Nice.
He-Man costume. Yeah, it looks like it might be pretty cool.
And is there possibly furry underwear in that
There
one?
better be, dude. I mean, that's what sold me on the cartoon in the first place. If it's not there, I'm out.
No, it wasn't a question, it was a complaint. Why do and I understand why. It's to they want to make it more relatable to the audience, but why are they bringing stuff into the real world? The first Scooby Doo,
Oh yeah.
the Brady Bunch movie, and Fat Albert, they that thing of bringing them into our world
Yeah.
as the odd fish out or whatever, and then ruins it every time for me.
Yeah, I feel
Every
you.
time.
I feel you. I know they're talking. I guess like his mother was from Earth originally,
Hmm.
if I'm not mistaken. If I remember, she was an Earthling, I think, or some shit. Or am I making that up?
I
Either
don't
way,
know.
I think part of it takes place on Earth, but I'm with you. That fish out of water thing, it can be an old hat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess it's just because you got to save some of that budget. Can't film everything on quote unquote Eternia. I mean, if you guys remember what
Yeah.
Eternia looked like in the original flick, I think it was just a canyon, or like, you know what I mean. It wasn't. There
Yeah,
wasn't
Yeah.
much. Like a dusty little outcrop of rocks.
Right.
Besides the castle, which is I'm sure where they spent most of their budget. But yeah, I'm with you. Like I said, the only reason I'm even somewhat interested in it is because of that director, just because he's done some heartfelt stuff and good stuff. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch the Bumblebee movie. I saw some of the other Transformers movies, and they weren't for me. So
That,
I
that's
I skipped on that one.
Yeah,
Um,
it's good. It's good.
is it? Yeah. Is it less jokey?
uh
It's got some humor in it.
yeah, it's jokey, but it's not Michael Bay jokey, if that makes any
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
It's
No.
like
Yeah. It
more like
Yeah.
doesn't.
heartfelt, like character driven jokey, like the relationship between him and the girl in the movie, the main character. But no, the designs are better too. It looks like the old car, like it looks like the old, Transformer stuff. It doesn't look like all that like extra, pieced
Yeah.
up, Michael Bay stuff. I mean, it's just a good 80s feel to it. You know what I mean? But not like
Yeah.
cheap out 80s feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I heard the second one was good too. The one right after that. I don't know which one that was, but I just never caught it.
No. I saw the first one. I saw another one with the giant balls.
Yes. Yep.
I saw
Yeah.
that. And then the last one with the Dinobots,
Okay.
which yeah, that wasn't for me. That yeah, and the what you call it, GI Joe movies.
Oh yeah, those were terrible too.
Yeah, those
Those
were bad. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh well,
what they
sorry.
moved. Oh no, but they moved into the exact same area as the Transformers, which was balls of foil fighting each other because they got like the super suits,
Oh yeah.
and they're just
That
crashing
was
through
dumb.
cars. Yeah,
It's
so
like they wanted to make a Transformers movie, and they had GI Joe, and so they just put them in beat battle suits. That's
what
kind of what
is
it felt like.
Julius, what up, buddy?
Julius?
Hey, Julius.
Yeah. So the other Transformer movie that came after Bumblebee, which is its like own separate universe thing, so it feels more like the old Transformer stuff. I don't know if I mean, spoiler or not. I haven't watched it, but I know about it. It's connects to GI Joe, so they're looking to do a GI Joe Transformers movie, like
I
reboot
saw
the
that
whole
one.
GI Joe thing. Yeah, so I heard that one was good. I haven't caught it.
It was good. I enjoyed that one.
Nice, dude. Yeah.
Did I see that one? Because I remember seeing the end where they who's the actor in that? Is it
Oof.
um they have him walk in at the end to like the secret underground base, right?
Yeah, that was is
Oh
it Dennis
man,
Quaid?
yeah, I don't remember, but
I think it
I
was.
remember seeing that part. Yeah.
I think it was Dennis Quaid as General Hawk.
Oh,
Oh
wasn't he
yeah.
General Hawk in the other GI Joe movies too, though?
I think so.
So it's connected
Yeah,
to that one. Okay, huh? Wild.
that or they're just using
Funny.
him. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I guess. I mean, well, yeah. Never mind. Nowadays, you could just have them. New universe. That's got. I don't know how you guys
Multiverse.
feel. Yeah, the
Yeah.
multiverse. I'm so sick of multiverses, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be really super smart move if they uh called it the Energon universe and tied into the comics, because
That
those
would
are
be
on
awesome.
fire right now.
Oh,
People are
for sure.
loving
Yeah.
those.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't know they were doing two. They split the GI Joes into two separate lines. There's the All American Hero and then just a straight GI Joe. I didn't know
Right.
that was happening. So that's kind of cool. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm more stuff I want to read and will probably never get to.
Yeah.
I started reading Junkyard Joe from Ghost Machine. Have you
How's
guys?
that? I haven't seen it.
I think I'm 3 issues into the first volume, and it is so far it's excellent. Like I
Nice.
really enjoy it. The first issue uh, is it the Vietnam War they're in? I believe it's the Vietnam War, but it's war.
Mhm.
It's a kind of a flashback ish type uh, uh, issue, and then it moves into the next 2 issues are almost actionless. There's one scene where someone gets shot so far in those 2 issues, but the writing is so good.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like the character development that's happening, and just it is, and the art. Gary Frank, I think, does it.
Uh,
Okay.
Gary Frank,
Um,
man.
beautiful, beautiful work. So
Nice.
and I want to, so I want to get more into that one and the other Ghost Machine stuff. Have you guys read any of the other Ghost Machine?
I have not.
I picked up like the first issues of is it Rook and the one with the immortal guy. What's that one?
Geiger.
No. He's got like a blonde ponytail.
Red Coat.
Red coat, yes, that one.
Yeah, I got the first issue. I'm reading them digitally, which is, it's not as cool, but
Right.
but it does help because as we established last week, I need glasses, and being able to zoom in on speech bubbles is very helpful.
Yeah. Imagine that does help.
Yeah. Have you reached that point yet, Ben?
I've got reading glasses. I'm not sure where I left them at, but yeah, I've got glasses. Yeah. Probably at work, actually.
No, I have used them twice in the past week. And my wife thinks it's cute, but she also thinks that me doing this is cute, and I feel that's kind of a condescending cute.
Right. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
You're gonna go talk to the boys about cartoons and comics. That's cute.
Yeah.
Bless his heart.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna go ahead and go to the big questions today because we're gonna we're trying to wrap this whole thing up. The first few episodes or whatever we run up near like 2.5 hours just kind of wandering around in conversation. And we want to kind of tighten it up.
Gotcha.
The original idea of this whole thing was to be able to cut clips and post shorts, but I haven't been happy with my sound.
Okay.
Amongst other things, I don't know, like me choking on my drink last week.
Hey, that was great drama.
Yeah, maybe that'll be the first one I cut up, but the sound on that wasn't great either. You couldn't really hear any of the, but
we'll do it in post.
Yeah. So I want to do segments, like kind of cut.
Right.
So that's what we're gonna do, and so we're gonna ask you some big questions.
Okay. Nice graphic.
How was that, huh? I did that myself.
Pro. That's pro level right there.
I want part of me wants to make everything I do look kind of lousy.
Well, you failed then because that looked great.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. I wanted to give it that kind of in your garage feel for the whole shebang, But so I'm gonna we got 3 questions for you tonight, Ben.
All right.
So we're gonna start with the first one. We're gonna go with comic related.
Okay.
And so what has been your favorite comic gimmick, whether it's a cover or multiple issues with different endings, or the turning the comic sideways? Which has been the one that you've been like, that made me buy it?
I'm gonna have to go with like foil covers. I always thought that was kind of cool, like just something shiny on the cover. I'm like, ooh, let me pick that up. That's always made me at least pick it up and look at it.
Yeah,
that's been the one that grabbed me. And I don't know if you guys remember the hologram.
Yes,
like,
the
with the little hologram. Yeah.
Yes, dude. Yes, indeed.
I thought that was really cool too.
Those were really well done. That was like during I think it was a Kubert run, if I'm not mistaken. I used to have them. I even had it signed by whoever, either was Adam or Andy, whoever did the artwork on that stuff. But yeah, those were super cool. They were pretty detailed holograms, if I remember correctly.
They were.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. And we still paid like $2 or $3 for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Instead of 50 cents. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy.
But the the X-Men, like there was like a whole event, wasn't there, where they and it was about the size of a trading card.
Yes, in the left-hand corner, if I'm not mistaken, or the right-hand corner.
Yeah, those are rad. I those that would have been my answer too because it is
Yeah.
it's just the coolest looking thing. You get to turn it a
Right.
little bit this way, turn it a little that way.
Exactly. Yeah.
But what about was there any gimmick that you were just like, this is dumb, this is just stupid?
Let me think. Probably turning the comic book sideways. I think
Oh
like
yeah.
it's not that I hate it. It's just not anything that's gonna make me want to buy it. There's nothing special about it, I guess. And it just feels kind of clunky having to turn it up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Wasn't that what
Yeah.
got McFarlane fired or at least in trouble? Do you guys remember?
I don't think it was that. I think it was. I mean, it could have been one of those things, but I know one of them was him doing gore or something like that with that issue. Like I think he wanted to
Oh yeah,
stab out
the eyeball. Yeah,
the
Shatterstar
eyeball.
stabbed Juggernaut in the eye. But I think was that the
Mhm.
same?
Yes,
I think it was like probably everything with that thing. What they were like, dude.
probably.
But what a great story for that guy. I mean, I'm sure he
Yeah,
turned out okay. But
yeah, I
it's
think
crazy.
so. I think he's okay.
But you're absolutely right, dude. That was one of my things I hated. And I only seen it once. Was that
Yeah.
like that flipping? At first, you're like, oh, it's cool, but it just doesn't feel the same. It felt like a
No.
gimmick. It literally felt gimmicky.
Right.
But yeah, it's crazy.
Wasn't that run the same one with the Twin Towers?
I don't know. What about like you mean
Oh no,
like?
that was X-Force. That's right. That was no, it was X-Force Spider-Man crossover, which I think was that very same issue, right? And
It
Yeah,
was
it was a
X-Force, yeah.
crossover. Yeah.
Black Tom and Juggernaut
Mhm.
blew up the World Trade Center, the Twin Towers.
Really?
Oh, did they? I don't remember
Dude,
that.
And
I don't remember that either.
there is a drawing of the two towers, and there's smoke coming off of
Oh
them.
wow, I'm gonna have to look that up now.
Yeah,
Damn. I
and
had that issue.
yeah, when I woke up on 9/11 and I saw the news, that's the first thing that popped in my head was
Oh
like,
wow.
oh, how weird is this?
Oh, that's crazy, dude. Yeah, I didn't even realize that was in there. I was paying attention to it. That's probably because the reality of that being something that could happen was so far out of mind that it just didn't stick with me. It just felt comic booky. You know what I
Right.
mean? Whereas,
Yeah.
like, then it actually did happen, which is crazy as all get out. But that's funny. I did
Yeah.
not remember that was in that issue. That's funny.
Yeah, I don't remember that either.
Funny.
Yeah, you have to go and look that up, everyone, if you haven't seen it. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm fairly certain that happened in that book. At least in that run and within the next, those few issues. But all right, let's get on to our second question. Who's responsible for sock height coolness levels? Like,
No.
at what point does somebody say those ankle socks you're wearing are no longer cool? They now have to go up.
I don't know, but I also disagree with having them be like up to your knee, like mid calf, and like that's too much sock.
Oh, definitely. No, I'm still stuck on the ankles. Actually I've moved a little higher.
Yeah.
But so I'm part Mexican, so I do have a little bit of an affinity for higher socks because of
Right.
that Chicano Cholo style.
Right.
Like it, like my wife, we've had conversations, we'll say, about me being able to button just the top button of my shirt and walk around. She's not having it. She doesn't.
Not
She
cool,
doesn't.
huh?
Yeah. Well,
She's
I
not
think.
not down with the brown.
Oh well, I don't know about that. I think it's more of she doesn't think I'm tough enough to pull it off.
Oh.
She loco? Hey, more importantly, why is it cool for girls to wear thigh highs, but when I do it at the grocery store, I get all sorts of looks?
It's
just
because,
not right, man. I'm sorry about
Yeah,
that.
thank you.
Well,
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, that and you're not wearing much else.
Oh yeah, I guess that's probably why I got escorted out. Yeah, good call.
Like it's that Greek guy again.
Opa, get out of here.
I just don't. I was just thinking about it the other day. Like, is there at some point with just about everything in fashion wise, someone has to start doing something. someone else goes, "That's what I'm going to do now," and then
Right.
next thing you know, all of our kids are telling us we're not cool anymore.
Yeah.
You know,
It's like popping the collar. Who came up with that?
Yeah.
Like that was dumb.
Or when we were kids, when I was kids,
Yeah.
pegging your jeans. Remember that? I don't
Yeah.
know if you guys did that, where you pegged your jeans, which was insane. Or like the whole Jenko craze. Like we were wearing pants where you could fit like five of us into. You know what I mean? A
Right.
lot of my friends were skating, but so it made
Yeah.
sense for them. But then it just got like obscene with some of those pant sizes, dude. It was like, holy
mhm.
shit, that's crazy.
Pegging your pants is another thing my wife will not let me do.
That's funny. And
Um,
pegging, another Greek thing. Sorry,
so-
but
Yeah.
sorry, that got me. Okay. All right, all right, all right. Let's move on to our next question. Like, my wife and I have a guilty pleasure. Uh, um, Garbage dating TV shows.
Mm.
One of them in particular, Love Is Blind. I don't know if you don't know the premise to the show. They take group singles, men and women, separate them, and they don't let them see each other, and they put them in a room and they talk to each other through a wall. And the idea is, can you fall in love with someone without seeing them? And I'm thinking, I want to come up with a new show. I want to come up with a show where we take singles and we put them in a room and we see if they can fall in love with each other just by sharing media, the things, the movies, music, and TV shows and sort of stuff
Making
that
a
they
mixed
like.
track for each other.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
mixed CD.
So would call it single viewing. Huh?
Hmm.
That's not bad.
I
Not
like it.
bad.
But what, Ben, three movies would you, if you were young, CW level, attractive, uh,
Right.
and single, you were on that show. What three movies would you use to introduce yourself and kind of give an overall view of this is who I am to a possible
Wow.
life partner,
Let's see. Star Wars.
and why?
Uh,
If there's a
Star Wars to show my geeky side. Hudson Hawk to show my
Deep
sense
cut.
of humor. And Die Hard to show my masculinity.
Nice.
nice.
Two Bruce Willis flicks.
There you go.
Nice.
Um, yeah, I haven't seen Hudson.
What?
I haven't seen Hudson. I have seen Die Hard, but I have not seen Hudson.
What's
He
This
wrong
is
hasn't,
a
with you?
he hasn't seen anything, Justin.
yeah. I haven't seen it.
He just saw
Um,
RoboCop for the first time 4 weeks ago.
Oh wow.
yeah. So, I'm making a list as I go along of movies that I know I should have seen and haven't.
And we'll never.
It's very possible.
I won't say that Hudson Hawk is a must see. It's just a fun watch.
Yeah, I do know they sing.
Swing on the Star.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah, I
one.
love that.
The
But
dog.
so with that in mind, we're gonna have to have you on again at some point.
All
When
right.
I release my list and you
Mhm.
pick a movie that you want me to watch,
Okay.
you come back on and I give my honest opinion of a movie that you might love, but because I've never seen it and I don't have nostalgia for it,
Right.
we'll see how it goes.
All right. Sounds good.
But back to the question at hand, Dio. How about you? Three movies
Oh,
that you would.
geez. Three movies. Man, that's a good question. Dazed and Confused.
Nice.
Just because I love the dialogue in that flick, and it's just a great one night of kids having fun, and it's just a great. I love that movie. I mean, like, absolutely love that movie. I love the dialogue in that movie, the scripting. What else? Man, that's a good question. Dazed and Confused. Return of the Living Dead,
Ooh, it's a good
just
one.
because it's just a great comedy horror flick. What else? Oh, you know what? Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Hmm.
That would be my three. I love that movie. That movie is just I always hated Jim Carrey as an actor, as a serious actor, because I never bought it. But that movie he was really good in. It's a depressing movie, but still like a happy movie. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen that flick.
Never seen it.
Oh, dude, you should really give it a
I've
chance. It's
I've heard people break it down though, so I know what the story's about.
okay, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, and I don't think I've ever seen any videos on what people say it's about. To me, it's just like the way I took it was it's like sometimes you go through shitty relationships, but uh, uh, it's worth it to go. I mean, the way in the movie, it was worth it to go
Right.
do it again just for the good moments. Just like anything. I wouldn't go back and do shit from any relationship except for this one. So hopefully it doesn't fucking end anytime soon, because that would be a bummer. But yeah, it's just it's a great flick. It's acted really well. It's got a bunch of little cool like little sci-fi stuff going on in it. And it's just I just love that flick. Yeah. What about you, Crenshaw?
Well, before I get to that, if you're on in the chat, looks like we got 3 people watching. I don't know how many of them are us, but and you got 3 movies. Go ahead and stick them in the chat. Let us know what you guys would use to introduce yourselves. 3 movies would you use to introduce yourself to a potential mate, or even just to the world? So I because I wrote the question, I was able to think about it earlier, and I've forgotten every single thing that
Oh man.
except for one. Except for one. The Iron Giant would be one of them.
It's great.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's a good one.
just that movie gets like, I could be walking past a room and hear Superman, and I will start crying. I will just start crying.
Great scene.
But so yeah, we'll go with the Iron Giant. Boy, you know,
Porky.
this might not be as even as good as that, but I'm gonna go with Napoleon Dynamite.
It's a great flick.
Just because being from Idaho, it's very close to my heart. And I the wedding scene of Kip and his girlfriend is very, 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 very close to my first wedding.
Wow.
Yeah. Just outdoors. We had the runner down the aisle, and then one side was a whole lot of cowfolk, let's just say.
Nice.
And then the other side was my family. It was a good time. But so let's see. Boy, I want to come up with something good and like meaningful. So I'm gonna go with Kung Pao Enter the Fist.
That sounds good and meaningful.
I mean those 3 movies, like the heart
That's who you
of
are.
yeah, it really truly
That's
is.
who you are.
Yep. Yeah.
That's awesome.
From of all the movies I haven't seen, I've seen Kung Pao so many goddamn times.
That's the comedy, right?
Yeah, it's where the
That's a
guy
good one, dude. Yeah, I like
takes
that one.
the
cow with the utter Matrix scene.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah, I watched that for the first time. I was delirious with the flu,
Oh,
and
like,
we
did I
got
this?
and I watched it twice through, and as I sat there and just laughed and sweated because I was in a fevered daze. We got adult content says, "Hi fellas, here you go. Ed Wood, Annie Hall, and Rocky." Oh,
That's an
okay.
eclectic choice too. Yeah, that would
Yeah.
show who you are. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Ed Wood,
wait,
man, I haven't seen that in forever. I got to check that out again. That's a great movie.
and a great way to make my movie seem really bad. And I so okay, let's Ed Wood have seen, Rocky have seen, Annie Hall have not. Just so we
Oh dang, okay, two for yeah, it's not too bad though.
and Ed Wood was great. It was really fun. And Rocky. It was when I was a kid, so I don't. I saw the newer when he was old. That was pretty good.
The Creed flick.
No, the last Rocky, was it just Rocky Balboa? Was that what it was called?
Oh, I don't think I've seen.
Yeah, I think it was called Balboa or something like that. Yeah.
He's got that speech that is it.
Talking to his son.
Yeah, is it Pete? Is it Samedi who plays that at the
Yeah.
beginning of his? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that one was pretty good. I'm not a sports movie guy per se. Mighty Ducks, that does it for me. Are you guys sports movies guys?
I mean, not opposed, but I don't search it out. But I can't really think of. I mean, what's that baseball movie? That's a good one. Uh, Field of
Field of
Dreams.
Dreams.
Field of Dreams.
And what's the one with the what was it? The comedy with Charlie Sheen, Tiger Blood dude. What the hell was that called?
Major League.
Yes, and I gotta say, I came home. This was, don't judge me. I came home years and years ago. It was probably like over 20 something years ago now. Off of tripping on acid and watched Angels in the Outfield, a double feature of Angels in the Outfield and Alien 3 on HBO. Loved them both. They were great.
That's an interesting double feature.
Yeah, dude, it was insane. Hated Alien 3 when I saw it in the theater, and then that night I loved that. And then Angels in the Outfield, great movie. So
yeah,
not
that is
opposed.
a great movie. Yeah.
It is, yeah, not opposed, but I don't necessarily search them out. I've yet to see Rudy, so but yeah, not opposed. Bend it
Little
like
Giants.
Beckham. Little Giants, that's a good one. Yeah,
I love Little Giants.
That's awesome.
What's the one where the kid breaks his arm and they tighten his tendon too much?
Oh, Hereditary.
No. What was that one?
I know what you're talking about.
And it
Is
made
it like the Rookie or something like that, or
yeah, the Rookie. I think that might be it. It made a squeaking noise every time he threw,
yeah.
and that squeaking noise got you right in the jaw, and just it was like
Oh,
biting
man.
into a popsicle.
Yeah.
Adult content again says Bad News Bears is up there.
Oh, dude, that is a good one. The OG and even the remake. Yeah, that's yeah. Bad News Bears is classic with Jackie Earl Hurley playing that little psycho before he was what's his name Rorschach.
Oh, really?
What's that football movie where Denzel's the coach?
Oh, Kiss the
man.
Girls.
Yes, Kiss the Girls. That's it. That was a
What
good
is
football
that
movie. I'm drawing a blank, man.
Is the word giants involved?
I feel like it is.
I feel like it is.
Remember? No, not Remember the Titans. That's
Remember the
something else.
Titans? Yeah, no, I don't remember. I don't remember what it's called, but I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? Okay,
Yeah,
that
I've
movie. I
seen
love
it.
that movie.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it, but I love that one.
Now, all I can think of is They Might Be Giants, and that's not the movie.
The band.
Istanbul. Oh no, it is Remember the Titans. Yeah, that's it.
Remember the Titans. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
John's Longbox. John, how you doing? We got I am drinking coffee from my Ben Soto Halloween mug.
Awesome.
Nice.
Thank you, John.
The patriarchs in the house.
Nice. You got mugs?
I got mugs.
Are they available still?
I do have a few left. Grab one real quick.
Excuse me.
Nice.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah. It's my little Jack character right there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So are those still available somewhere? If anyone wants to pick up a mug?
They're not up anywhere. I'll probably sell more on my next campaign.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
When are you hoping to get a next campaign going?
I was hoping for June, but I think the artwork's probably not going to be ready until a little bit later. So we'll see. We'll see, but it'll be by fall for sure.
Okay, cool. We got John says again. We got Crenshaw looks more like the patriarch than I do.
He does. The goatee.
Yeah, for sure.
It's the gray. Yeah, that's my mug. All right.
Yeah.
My sister is on X as well, and very little crossover between our two worlds. Um, Hers is mostly flowers and like holistic healing type stuff.
Yeah.
But somehow she ran across one of John's posts showing the patriarch, and she sent it to me. And it's like,
This
is
you?
this you? Yeah,
Did you model for this?
yeah. Um, so let's see, we are actually coming right up on the hour, so we're doing pretty good. Good
Nice.
timing. Um, so we want to say thanks for joining us tonight, Ben. Is there anything else you got
Yeah.
going on? Anything you want to talk about? Any place people can find you, your YouTube channel, that kind of sort of thing?
Yeah, I've got a YouTube channel. Man, I wish I could tell you what my address is. I don't know it. But you can
Uh,
also find me on Twitter on Benjamin Soto. You can also look me up on Facebook. I've got a Facebook page for Halloween Head Comics if you want to follow what's going on with that.
I think I've got your YouTube channel in the uh, it's not the
The
comments,
description.
the description. I think I got it in the description. If not,
Awesome. Thank you
I'll
very
get it in there.
much. Cool.
The virus is spreading.
Oh,
The is that the old man beard virus, John? Or is it the heroic tales virus? It's even getting to my hippie sister. So yeah, YouTube, you got Twitter or X. Yeah,
Yep.
that was a completely involuntary eye roll. I did not.
It's all good.
The Twitter X thing.
Zwitter, as I call it.
It's I still every time I call it X, there's just a little bit of a I don't
Yeah.
like this.
No, I understand.
And what was the name of the book that you're doing some coloring on? What was that? And when does that come out?
Cephas, that's going to come out like I said, this fall. Don't have an exact date yet. But
Yeah.
this fall.
All right, cool. And if anyone is out there and we're watching and you're interested in his stuff, again, I'm pretty sure I have it in the description, as well as Dio's book. If you guys have not gotten around to getting his stuff, he's got issue 3 of Tome of Reckoning, which is fucking awesome.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate that.
Have you gotten around to reading his tome books, Ben?
No, I'm still waiting for them to come in.
Yeah,
Sorry, brother. Yeah, I got the digital out there, but I know how people feel about that. But it should be going to print within, I think, about a week. So I got some stuff lined up, and we should have it going in late as hell. And I'm so bummed out about it. But
No,
yeah,
it's all good, dude.
check it out, brother.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to them.
Thanks, man.
John says it's still Twitter.
Still Twitter.
Yeah, I still type T in my browser bar to go to Twitter. I don't use the app, so it's on my computer, and it still pulls up X, so it's perfect. I still call it Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah. I still don't know.
Thanks, John.
What to call the things you write, so I just call them posts.
Yeah, exactly. Zeets.
Yeah, I'm not calling it that. John's got all your books, Ben, so that's cool. That's good stuff.
Yeah. When he ordered Tricks and Treats Volume 2, I sent him, just as a bonus, I sent him some of the floppies that I made like back in 2016, 2017.
Cool. Oh, it's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right. Well, yeah. So thanks for coming on and talking with us tonight, and getting into childhood traumas.
Yeah, man. Satanic panic traumas.
Yep. Next time we'll talk about your daddy issues or mother issues, whatever. We'll just
right. Yeah.
We'll dig deep.
My crippling fears and
yeah.
Through that. Yeah.
And if you guys in the chat join us next time, we'll I haven't gotten anyone lined up yet. I've got to getting some asks out there and see who comes on. But even if nobody has the time, me and Dia will be here to talk about whatever. And if anyone else just wants to just come on, if that happens, we're always open. So we hope you all have a good night, and hope you enjoyed some good content. And we will see you guys next time.